My name is John Diller, and I run Sugarloaf. And with me today is Stephen Kircher, president of Boyne Resorts. Prelude to what we're going to be talking about in just a minute is work we're going to be doing as soon as our permitting's in, and I think we're going to have it by Friday. We're going to get up in the snowfields and get the snowfields kind of back to where they were 30, 40 years ago. A lot of, we've had a lot of growth up there, even though it doesn't get high, it gets thick. So part of the cutting this fall is going to be the snowfields. Obviously, putting in the upper gondola line last year and being able to make snow across the front has been a big help in getting just man-made snow up in there, obviously with the help of our friendly winds. But we want to get more of the brush out of there so that whole area is much more skiable earlier in the year and obviously more often. We've been talking about Burnt Mountain for 59 and a half years, 60 years.
Well, this is, as I said before, the possibility of becoming the largest ski area in the east of the Rockies is a huge moment in time for the ski area and for Maine. It's the bragging rights of everything that I think you want in a ski area and certainly in a tourism destination. And I know stories of people talking about going to Burnt Mountain, and we're finally going to Burnt Mountain, and it's happening starting Monday.
Monday. Talk about bragging rights for Sugarloafers and for Maine.
So with that,
there it is.
so this is effectively doubling the size of Sugarloaf as you know it today. And when you look outside that window and you look at the vastness of how far this expansion goes to, you really get a sense for it. It is a huge expansion that's going to be done in a way which John will take you through that'll be both environmentally friendly, aesthetically pleasing to those who come here, and much more exciting than any terrain probably that's been unveiled in the last 20 years in the East. So it's a really exciting niche that is expanding and is certainly where the growth of the industry has gone. Trying to think, and we're not supposed to mention who this is bigger than, but there's a certain Vermont ski resort that many
Somewhere in
people
Vermont.
that this expansion inbounds is 900. It takes up to 921 or 925 acres, and almost 1,600 acres within
Boundary
to boundary. So it's a huge amount of land. It rivals skiers out west in size. The way they count it out west is boundary to boundary. So this is 1,600 acres, and you can probably count your hands just a few skiers in the western U.S. that are bigger than this ultimate. So, John, take them through the rest of it.
All right, just want to take you through the phases a little bit. Here's phase one in the green. You can see where, but essentially we're starting, the plan is to start cutting this coming Monday. It's been sort of a long process this summer, going through the DEP permitting, and quite frankly, when you think about it, doubling the size of the mountain and taking that much acreage, there's just been a lot of things involved with that many acres. I mean, we've been finding, there are fish in the streams and all those things we had to take, we had to go through it. And the exciting thing, I think, is not only are we doubling it, but Steve mentioned it, we're doubling it, but we're doing it in a green way, where there's no excavators up there, there's no stumping, there's none of that stuff. It's just going to be brush cutting and tree cutting. We're doing all the upper part by hand, and then the lower part where you actually see the word phase one, some of that will be done by wood harvesting. The area that I just pointed to has been, it's on town land, and that was cut over the last couple of years, and we're finding that area in phase one as part of the Sugarloaf forestry program is due to be cut. We've got a lot of trees in there that are starting to die, so we need to get those out of there. So that's just it's going to be a very economical way for us to get this whole project done. And you're literally going to be able to ski into this off the top of King Pine, or even the top of the snowfields. And if you want to, come get ski or snowboard all the way down to the bottom of Snowbrook. I think most folks will choose to pull out above there, up above mountains, Adams Road, but you literally could do that. Then phase 2. Phase 2, we've actually got a snowcat trail. The idea there is to create a trail that would get you from the top of King Pine all the way over into the summit of Burnt, and also down the road be able to get you, we could actually get you either down or up from the very bottom. The possibilities are just astounding as to when you really look at how big this is and you think about, you see what Sugarloaf is on the right.
So, but big point in this is the access. It'll be both hike to, as well as our plan is to have snowcat skiing or snowcat access to the summit of Burnt Mountain. So you'll truly be at Burnt Mountain when phase 2 is completed, which we expect to be, in the coming 2 to 3 years we complete that. And it will be not lift accessed, it'll be cat or hike to accessed, giving 2,300 vertical of skiing.
And phase 3 obviously gets you to the very, very top of Burnt and really the whole front side of Burnt. Huge, huge skiing. This is, I don't know if you caught Deirdre's article, but Chip was quoted in it, and we all know Chip Carey. Years ago was sort of the voice of skiing in Maine, and he said, boy, out there, and he's a Jackson Hole now, but he was at the canyons and really become a Western skier, and his comment was, that's the only place I ever ski anymore. I just go find the trees. So I thought that was a neat piece to start this out with. Thank you, Deirdre.
And what this provides is 2 totally different experiences at one resort, and you can have, half a day on one, half a day the other, or a full day on either. It truly creates something that is unique to all of New England. Even Jay Peak doesn't, even come close to the amount of acreage or the different types of looks you're going to have here. The 2 summits, it's very unique as well. Very few ski areas can claim 2 summits in this caliber of skiing, and the amount of vertical off of both of these is huge. 2,800 and 2,300 respectively, I believe. There's more skiing here than anywhere east of the Rockies. And I think the way this presents itself too, because this is the old ski map on the right, when you actually look at this area more dead on from where Brackett Basin, which is the part in green and yellow, you get the sheer size of the space. It is truly doubling the acreage, and when you think about that from the experience you're going to have within the glades, that's going to be a lot of skiing. It'll take you 45 minutes to an hour to get down there at least. And again, everything we've tried to come up with in this plan, is to stay true to Sugarloaf as you've known it for 60 years. Stay true to what the DNA of the place is all about, and that why Sugarloafers love Sugarloaf so much, and build on that and make it relevant to the next generation as we move forward the next 10, 20 years, and do it in a way that keeps the place both environmentally and economically sustainable, and it will flourish, and it will happen successfully. So we think this formula is exactly what Sugarloaf needs. It's exactly what Maine skiing needs, and we're so excited about this day and being able to announce that this is truly going to happen, and we're going to Burnt Mountain finally. Thank you.